to 20, from 25 up. So, and if you go into a fund, we go and then you just ask for more information, and then you can ask for the companies who are in the fund. And of course, everything alternatively means you also can invest into a company. Yeah. Let me check here. So this is, for example, an environment where you can actually describe your company. Yeah. So these companies actually have products where you are able to go into and invest money. Yeah. So that is the company, Entrepreneur. You have a fact sheet, you have all kind of information you can have access, the story of it, the how it works. So there are quite a lot of information about the company. And then here you get the possibility to have access to a registration form, which then shows that you have a serious interest in this kind of investment into this crowdfunding environment. Yeah. So at the end of the game, it is quite easy. It is quite easy. Of course, you have to have a certain background to provide. And we come to this later on. But it is not, it's not a big deal. So for example, here, they raised already 1,150,000, 550,000, machine learning, AI-driven travel service, whatever provider, 1 million, new investment vehicle. So regarding your interests and your lifestyle, etc., you definitely find an investment. Or here, this weighted tool for training, which is having one tool which then can be used in different ways. I know that one of these tools has been within this Shark, this German version of Shark. So that is what you actually can look for. they already funded 760,000, and that looks like they got enough money to actually proceed. It's closed. So if you have money, and probably there are companies, they let you in with 500 or 1,000 euro. Yeah. So in here, you can start your process with this company, Fundable. Yeah. So easy. Look, 4 million. That's quite a lot. Travel planning, it's a hard business at the moment. So probably it's not working that perfect. Okay.
Especially when the American government print dollars day and night.
Yeah. No, it's hard for certain investments. So you probably heard this also, that a lot of startup companies, due to COVID-19, have serious problems, depending on in what area they are actually working in. So, ladies, any questions? Jen, I cannot read Chinese. Aisin, what does it mean? In our chat. Did you read it, Aisin? Hello? Aisin? Can you hear me? Hello?
No, that was the comment from before.
That was?
She just, when you're talking about the mask, she just says that that's from the school, the package.
Okay. Good. So yes, here you got this example where you actually go in and find your money. If you don't have a rich father or cousin or whatever. Good. Yeah, let's leave this. Come on. Okay. We said that we go into some differences between crowdfundings and ICO. And this is very difficult to read. Let me check. Oh. Okay. The difference between CF and ICO, it's not easy to read because it is a copy, copied out of a book. Can you read part of it?
Hardly.
Okay, I read lots of it. So if we go into the crowdfunding or the ICOs, of course, in crowds we have firms or individuals, and most of it they are in the traditional company resources and company sectors. And when we go into these special ICOs, we go into, I would say, difficult sectors, economically sectors, and often probably these sectors have a problem to open up their investment procedures and their why they invest. And of course, they probably have problems to open up who is investing, because, as we said, it is not very transparent. So at the moment, as this is not really regulated, I would say, stay at the crowdfunding environment. So, but if people or companies are used with blockchain environments, that means machine-oriented and have already very much experience in blockchain and bitcoins, it makes probably sense. Who has experience with, if you are, as a consumer, wanted to consume a product or a service, and you were able to also pay by Bitcoin? Have you had, when you bought something, to use Bitcoin? I remember when I was skiing 2 years ago in a hotel in Austria, and there were a sign for how you could pay. So cash, of course, a credit card, and Bitcoin. So you could pay this hotel with Bitcoin, with a transfer from Trezor. It's often named Trezor, or it's often named a pocket, and transfer from your pocket Bitcoin to their pocket Bitcoin. But that was the only time, the only ones that I have seen the possibility to buy with Bitcoins. Okay. Regarding the supporters, what I said, often they get a reward, and that can be a different, probably a product, whatever, or best, of course, an interest rate. And the crowd is very broad. You see, when you have the examples, it can be nearly everybody investing. There are more or less no restriction. Yeah. So very broad crowd, and the single investor is probably not really able to pay or to lend the money, but it is normally very easy. And the country regulations are more or less not really restrictive, because all this money is seen as a loan into a company or a private loan. That means, of course, you have to pay tax when you have interest rates, or you have, depending on the country, or you have to pay tax for any other reward. For example, in Germany, it's a case if they give you a car as a reward, then you have to pay tax on a certain amount of the value for this car. Because the government, regarding taxation, they see the car as an equivalent to cash. So, or equivalent to an interest rate and money, cash. So that is probably a difference between the different companies. But when you go onto a crowd platform, as we have seen, they mostly provide you also with all the relevant documents, reports, which you then can use to show your how you say it in English, tax offices, the administration of official tax offices. So that is definitely a very comfortable platform for everybody who is starting a business. It's a very good service in it. With reporting is important for everybody, every site. The ICO, you can imagine, it's complicated, with all the token stuff, and we are not yet there. We are not yet there. Of course, limited users, accredited users. Not everybody has accounts, and it's not easy. And of course, you have probably some problems with the regulators if they know that you are invested in. But I wanted to see you this two future ways, like ICO is more or less a future way. If you have a regulated market in Bitcoin similar products, I mean, there are more than Bitcoin products or cryptocurrencies on the market. I don't know, probably there are 50, 60, 70 different crypto currencies on the market, and one is Bitcoin. It's only Bitcoin is like equivalent to a product, but it's only one product out of lots of. So ICOs probably for the future. Platform, we just saw something which give you services or not. And as it's seen, there are in first hand there are service provider, and as we've seen, there are service providing in different different environments and areas. Sometimes they give you really a wide range and tell you, yes, good product, but the design is bad, as I told you, and they have quite a lot of services. Okay, yeah, ICOs, you can imagine. CF reward based. Okay. When we talk about fraud, who knows what fraud is? Aisin, do you know what fraud is?
Yeah, I'm afraid I know that.
Thank you.
Sorry for the voice. It's fraud is something like cheating.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
it's almost equal to cheat. And as you know, in the American elections, Trump says the Joe Biden is cheating in the vote.
So fraud in China, this is information from the government of Canada. So of course, that means, yeah, you have people that are actually try to cheat you and, how they say, to scam, you know, want to take money from you, and it's just everything is fake, like Trump likes to tell us about fakes. This risk is with crowdfunding, it is a very, very low risk, because you see the platforms, etc. And you know, there are, of course, tests about platforms. You have then the top 10 platforms, whatever. So it's a low risk. Higher risk, of course, at the ICO. Yeah, of course. It is very difficult to actually know who is doing what and where is your money or your Bitcoin goes. Market regulation, it's low. It's a normal loan. It's a standard law contract regarding this lending process. And I would say the market develops very fast because the platforms are there. It is easy to ask for crowd money. Yeah. It's a developed market. So we don't need to talk about the ICO anymore. It is very special. It's a future outlook. Just check. Yeah, I think that's enough. I have more about this, but this is okay. Here we have some papers describing the fintech, or the mostly it's fintechs in Germany. A lot of fintechs companies actually looking for money, but of course we have a lot of other environments who are looking for money. And here are some, not books, most of that is there are articles you can probably go for the crowdfunding. And I think here's also one of a German platform. So here you see descriptions of crowdfunding projects, and you have descriptions of, small descriptions. This is, for example, a survey with venture capitalists as angels in Germany, and it was done by Mödel, who is crowdfunding equities. Who can tell me the equity crowdfunding? What equity crowdfunding is? We did this before and talked about the definition of this. We have two basic types of crowdfunding. The first crowdfunding is the equity crowdfunding. That means if somebody gives you money, he becomes part of your business. It's a bit like venture capital or angel business. So he doesn't get any reward. He doesn't get any fees or interest rates. So he becomes part of the company. It's more difficult to get money back out of this. And then you have the loan debt crowdfunding, and this is more or less the standard. Yeah, this more or less reward-based donation. All of this is more or less a loan, and with the loan you have the right, if nothing works, to get your loan payback. You need to go to court, whatever. But one is a loan, and you get interest rates, donations, and you get a rewarding. And equity is really, you become part of the company, like if you buy a stock, kind of the same thing. So that is for you also an important issue. Crowdfunding is stocks, that means equity or the normal loan, etc. Yeah. So when we talk about what I think on these examples and these platforms we looked at, that is what I saw more or less all loan based. Yeah. Any questions?
So far, so good.
Okay, so this is a paper where part of the information is out of what I just showed to you. And you see, it's quite a big description about what we are looking for, what we actually discussed. I will send you this, yeah, so that you have, it's not easy to read, but it's probably better for you to read than to hear this stuff. And it's quite new, this from beginning this year, probably because of Corona. They had a lot of time to actually write this stuff. So that you see how I do this. I put this into a file which is Fresenius. Students to read. Yeah. So it's now part of it. And this, of course, I will send you time to time. Good. No, I don't need this. Okay, this here is the description of these guys regarding the ICO. So you can have a look at this. They described a little bit what we were talking about. This, look, I had, let me just check. Okay, good. So if you have time, better is you just do it to read this document, what I showed. I will send it to you. We talked about the major, or let's say, if you want to establish a startup and you have the idea, which is the first step, and you have kind of a prototype on the way, or you have a prototype built, either describe the service or have built a product. The question now is, what do you need as a startup or somebody who is looking for money beyond at bootstrapping or beyond bootstrapping? That means business for business angels, venture capitalists. what do you need to prepare and what do you need to have described, planned, etc., being ready as a startup to attract these investors to invest into your company, and what is the absolute must you have to provide, describe, analyze, or research. And this, I want you to write this together, to do a brainstorm about what do you need to prepare, to analyze, to research for future investors. Yeah. So let's go into so I would say that we do two groups, and I make two groups, working groups into Zoom, and then you have a chance to, let's say, best is, I think that one is actually taking all the information and putting the information in a slide or short document, what you worked out and discussed in the group. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So let me just check. Breakout sessions, we do it by accident, yeah? Or does somebody work together? No, we do it by accident. Okay, let's say we have now 20 past, let's say 1:45, yeah? Not that long, so what do you need, half an hour?
I don't know.
Half an hour, okay. Okay, perfect. Any question about what you should do, what the task is?
We just try to find as much as we can, right?
Yeah, the major points. The major points, not very detailed, but you should describe the major points you need to have prepared and analyze, research, to be ready presenting your idea plus the business side, etc., to a potential investor.
Mm.
Huh? Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
行吧，知道他说要那个干什么吧？杜晨知道吗？听了吗？
我听了，但是我没有听懂他说的那个词是什么意思。
他就是说，如果你要建立一个新的公司，你需要从哪些方面去
Strike point 是什么意思呀？
就是那吸引投资者的话，你要哪些东西？你要做出哪些计划来？如果我们理解的没错的话，应该是这样。就对 ，attract bounce 就是吸引投资吧。 然后说要做一个表出来。我好饿呀！第一 business model 肯定要的，你的商业模式是什么？哎，其实是需要他课件里面一些的东西作为支撑，但他现在没有发给我。他每次都是几页几页的发，我靠这。business model， 然后，一个商业模式，然后这跟融资对象有关系吗？因为融资对象有可能是任何人呀，他有可能是随机的，就看到你这个公司就直接投，也有可能是专业的，就是我在这个领域里面我非常熟，我觉得你这个公司可以，我投。组织结构是可以。什么？organizational structure. Organize structure. And finance planning. Finance. 他那个自己那个课件里面其实也提到了 financial planning。然后呢？还有啥？已经3个了。第一个是 business model， 第二个是organizational structure， 就组织结构。第三个我想了个 financial planning， 就是财政计划。是吧？你卡了。你刚刚说什么？我没听见。一般不会告诉你这种风险的。 告诉你风险你怎么投资。就算有，也应该是放在最后面的 the potential risk。不，你应该换个说法，你应该说是那个像类似投资成功率一样的那种感觉，而不是说我的风险有多大，是你投资我的成功率有多大，对吧？对啊，这第三个 financial planning 啊，金融计划嘛，对吧？然后第四个是那个，那第四个就写投资成功率啊。不，就竞争优势吧。competitive advantage in intent and 啊，内部外部竞争优势吗？你要写，我是觉得。还有什么促成？
不知道，因为我没有看他发的那个课件。
他发的课件是上次的吧？他这次没发呀。这上次的课件他妈的有什么用啊？哦，应该是投资回报率。妈的，我想错了。Return on invest。你要让人家投资，一定要告诉人家投资回报率。已经5个了。